You're working for a company and receive a layoff notice. What are some of the things you should do? What's the best way to survive a layoff? Being laid off can be stressful. This DVD will talk about tips to help reduce or prevent job loss stress and related challenges. So what are some of the things you should do when you're being laid off? Determine any company benefits you may be entitled to. Apply for unemployment insurance compensation. Assess your financial situation and make a budget. Decide whether you want a career change or another similar job. Don't burn bridges. Seek out other resources and programs. Get help with your resumes and applications. Brush up on your interviewing skills. And sharpen skills you'll need in your new job. Let's talk about each one of these. Determine any company benefits you may be entitled to. Check with the company about any benefits you may receive when you leave. It's important to be informed about employee rights so you're clear on where you stand when faced with losing your job. It's important to check on compensation which may be owed, benefits which may be offered, and whether the employer will provide references. Apply for unemployment insurance compensation. You'll need to know if you qualify for unemployment insurance. You can apply to the Arkansas Department of Workforce Services, or DWS, at your local Arkansas Workforce Center or online. A list of your local workforce centers can be found at dws.arkansas.gov. Go to About DWS and select Local Offices. To file online, go to the DWS homepage at dws.arkansas.gov. Select Unemployment, then Easy ARC. It's important to apply as soon as possible after your layoff date. The Workforce Center staff may request certain documents or information to ensure your unemployment insurance claim is processed in a timely manner. Make sure to come into your local Workforce Center if requested and be on time for all appointments. Additional information on unemployment insurance is available at dws.arkansas.gov. Select Claim Help from the Unemployment tab. When you apply for unemployment benefits, you'll be asked to complete your registration with Arkansas's Job Link, or AJL. Go to arjoblink.com and select the Job Seekers tab. Click on Create a Job Seeker account and follow the easy steps to enroll. Through AJL, you may receive additional services, including help creating or updating your resumes and applications, job interview tips, career counseling, job search assistance and resources, job training, and wage and in-demand occupations information. Assess your financial situation. In order to successfully survive a layoff, it's important for you to assess your financial situation. Initially, you should consider reducing expenses wherever possible and begin saving an emergency fund. If you are contributing to a 401k plan at your job, you should make sure this money stays in a secure account. It's best not to cash in on these investments until you are ready to retire. Cashing in these investments early can mean paying penalties and high taxes. You should calculate your minimum income requirements and determine how long your financial resources, including severance, will last. Severance packages are payments sometimes given to workers when they are laid off. Amounts vary depending on how long the worker was employed and/or the employer's policies. A severance package is in addition to any unemployment insurance you may qualify for. Maintaining good credit is important for long-term goals. It can affect buying a home or vehicle or getting another type of loan in the future. You can obtain a free credit report at annualcreditreport.com. It's very important to be careful about overusing credit cards. It's also important not to take cash advances or open new accounts. Make a long-term plan to pay off any debt. If your health benefits are paid by the employer, you should find out how to maintain those benefits. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA, protects an individual's right to health insurance coverage if they lose their job. The federal healthcare website is a one-stop resource for healthcare-related questions. Visit healthcare.gov for information and assistance with healthcare plans. Decide if you want a new career or a job similar to the one you had. If layoffs are frequent in your field, consider making a change to a field that is growing or at least stable. DWS has a demand occupations list that may help. If you decide to change careers, decide what occupation you'd go into. You may need professional assistance with making this decision. Find out what skills are most valuable to employers. Take some time to update your skills. This is part of preparing for a new job. Do your best to look at being laid off as an opportunity to rethink your career path. One resource you can use is the Department of Labor's Occupational Information Network, or ONET. Go to onetonline.org. ONET describes occupations in detail, like earnings, training required, etc., and provides additional sources of information for each job. It also lists worker attributes, job characteristics, necessary skills, and work activities for thousands of occupations. Consider contacting local colleges and universities and research different degree fields, prerequisites, and available financial aid. Look at multiple training and certification programs. Remember, there are numerous ways to sharpen your skills, including internships and apprenticeships, volunteer opportunities, and joining professional organizations. Another helpful tool is the TORC assessment. This user-friendly program takes your previous work experience and gives you alternative occupations to consider. It also provides job postings, and the jobs can be applied for right from TORC. You can also look at different college websites. Request a TORC assessment from any DWS staff member. Once you're set up, you can use TORC anywhere that has internet access. If you decide to look for a similar job, begin by listing all your accomplishments and highlight those that meant the most in your career expectations. Assess what tasks you found most enjoyable and which projects inspired and stimulated you. It's crucial to keep an open mind and research companies that need your individual skills and experience. Consider accepting a lower-paying position and exploring all the options. Ask yourself basic questions such as, am I willing to go back to school or get additional training? Am I comfortable taking a pay cut? Would I consider relocating? Some other helpful resources for finding similar jobs include the DWS Facebook page for job listings and the DWS homepage for a list of upcoming career expos and job fairs. Don't burn bridges. Being laid off can feel like a denial or rejection. It's important to remember that everyone you speak with is a potential network contact. You have no idea what opportunities a neighbor or fellow carpool parent may present for you. Networking is the most effective way people find jobs. About 80% of jobs are found through in-person and social networking. The advertised jobs we see are only about 20% of all the jobs that are open. That makes networking even more important. Remain respectful when asked about the layoff and your past employer. It would be a mistake to use negative words or comments. We never know who we'll meet down the road or who we may have to work with one day. Seek out other resources and programs. There are a variety of other resources available for individuals and their families. Check the eligibility guidelines to determine what aid you may qualify for. Some of these resources may include additional emergency extended unemployment compensation benefits, which may have been implemented. The Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, or WIOA, Dislocated Worker Program, may help with training and supportive services. The Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, or TANF program, can help with financial assistance, training, and job searching. The Federal Food Stamp Program, now called Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, helps low-income families and individuals buy food. Medicaid provides medical benefits to low-income people who have no medical insurance or have inadequate medical insurance. WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children. WIC is a supplemental nutrition program administered by the Food and Nutrition Service Division of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Additional federal benefit programs include the Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, Public Housing Assistance Program, the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, and health insurance programs for uninsured children, or Our Kids. Some other assistance programs are Veteran Services, Career Readiness Certification, or CRC. Getting a CRC will allow an individual to show prospective employers that he or she possesses the basic skills they are looking for. And the Workforce Alliance for Growth in the Economy, or WAGE, Arkansas Department of Career Education. Get help with your resumes and applications. Your local workforce center offers a full range of employment services, including resume preparation, job search workshops, and application assistance. Resumes and applications get you an interview. Spend the time needed to complete your resumes and applications so they are geared toward a specific job or industry and focus on what employers need. If you focus on what you have that employers need, you'll be getting contacted for interviews frequently, and you'll find your next job in less time than most job seekers. Brush up on your interviewing skills. A resume or application can get you an interview, but a good interview is what gets you the job. Workforce Center staff can assist you and may offer classes to sharpen your interviewing skills. Interview tip: although your layoff may be difficult, never make negative comments about a former employer to a prospective employer when on a job interview. Always keep your interview upbeat and positive. After all, a positive attitude is the #1 reason employers hire people. Sharpen skills you'll need in your new job. What makes a good employee? Regardless of the type of work, the basic skills for work and career success are the same. A good employee is dependable. A supervisor and coworkers should be able to count on the employee to show up for work, be on time, and do their best. Supervisors should be able to trust workers. Being a good employee could mean a raise or promotion, keeping your job during a layoff, working toward your dream job, feeling good about yourself, and much more. Employees should put in a full day's work and admit when they make mistakes and work to fix them. Not lie, cheat, steal, or break the rules. Do their part to make sure customers or clients are satisfied. Be a team player and work for the success of the group. Be professional and have a positive attitude. Be open to improvement and change. Be able to listen, follow instructions, and share information and ideas. And know and comply with the dress code. Be clean and well-groomed. Be on time or a few minutes early when starting a new job. Know where to report and who to report to. Learn the rules on breaks, using the restroom, eating meals, and smoking. When someone is out, coworkers have to pick up the slack. An absent employee may lose pay and may even be fired for excessive absenteeism. Occasionally, an employee may have to miss work unexpectedly. When this happens, follow the right steps. Generally, call the supervisor earlier than the scheduled report time. Never use alcohol or other drugs on the job. It can lead to bad decisions, accidents, injuries, and getting fired. If personal cell phones or devices are allowed in the workplace, it is usually best to turn ringers or other sounds off or to avoid using them until break time unless there is an emergency. Employees should always be aware of the importance of confidentiality in the workplace. When training is recommended, take advantage of the opportunity. Most jobs provide orientation and training when an employee begins work. This information will help you learn how the employer wants the job done. Training will also teach how to use equipment and to build skills needed for the job. Training also provides opportunities to meet coworkers and to learn how a job fits in with an employer's goals and mission. If you're unsure how to do something, don't be afraid to ask. Asking is much better than having to redo something. Constantly build up listening skills. Knowing how to listen helps get instructions and orders correct. Focus on what is being said and try not to think about what will be said next. Don't interrupt. When the other person is finished speaking, repeat back what was said in the individual's own words to ensure understanding. Afterward, write down important things to remember. It's important to put listening and thinking before speaking. Pay close attention to what is said and how it is said. Speak clearly without mumbling. Be aware of volume. Speaking too loudly may disrupt others. Speaking too softly may make people strain to hear. Use proper grammar and avoid slang or foul language. Keep your tone friendly and avoid talking too fast. Don't eat or chew gum while speaking. It can make you hard to understand and looks unprofessional. Communicate effectively. Be aware of body language. Make eye contact. When eye contact is avoided, people may feel that an individual is hiding something or is not listening. Smile. Stand or sit up straight, but stay relaxed. Keep messages brief, clear, and to the point. Remember that at work, time is money. Supervisors will be especially grateful if the worker respects his or her time. Here are some tips to apply when talking, writing, or leaving a voice message. Before calling, speaking, or writing, stop and think. Get the thoughts in order. Know what is to be communicated. Also, make sure to contact the right person for the issue. State the main point of questions or comments in the simplest, clearest way possible. Clearly state what is needed from the person. Clearly state the date or time the information is needed. If leaving a message, clearly state your name and how you can be contacted. And be polite. Choose words with care. Good writing skills are important in the workplace, whether it is for filling out forms or for drafting emails, letters, memos, or reports. Use good grammar, punctuation, and spelling. Keep sentences short and easy to understand. Organize them in a logical way. Avoid using all capital letters as it comes across as yelling. Put the purpose of the message in an email's subject line. And keep it brief. A workplace may ask that a script be followed when answering phones. If not, it's helpful to come up with a script. Generally, answer the phone quickly, greet the caller, and identify your employer and department, unless the call is from a coworker. Employees should not take